The old town of Carcassonne looks like a medieval movie set, but it's very real. Or is it? One of Europe's most famous citadels, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Drawing in over 2.5 million visitors a year. Located in southern France, it's considered one of the best preserved fortified cities in Europe. We'll hear 5 surprising stories about Carcassonne and join tour guide Hélène Noblesse to set off for this city within a city. Located within the city walls, the old town looks like a well-preserved time capsule. But what if we told you that some things here didn't look like this in the Middle Ages? In the 19th century, the cité, as it's called, was in ruins and in danger of being demolished. Prominent architect Eugène Viollet-le-Duc restored the citadel, but he didn't stay completely true to the original.
You can see what's really typical from the restoration, the slate roofs. 19th century, everything was covered with slates. And of course, that was really criticized because it's not the typical material used to cover the roofs. The medieval town was listed on the UNESCO World Heritage List as a medieval town, but restored by Eugène Viollet-le-Duc. So that means that the restoration is part of the national heritage. And nowadays, when we restore like Eugène Viollet-le-Duc would have done.
At the medieval camp, you can experience what life was like in 13th century Carcassonne and discover how people lived in their day-to-day lives.
C'est ton blason à toi. Souvent, les gens ont des préjugés faux. Par exemple, l'hygiène, ils pensent qu'on ne se lave pas. À l'époque, même le paysan fait son petit brin de toilette tous les jours. Il y a des rois de France comme Saint-Louis avec la reine qui donnent audience depuis leur bain.
Can you believe the fortress was rarely used in battle, but rather just for intimidation? Carcassonne was only captured once, in 1209, during the Albigensian Crusade, when its defenders ran out of water.
There was a lack of water. The fact that Raymond Moretet-Trencavel feared a massacre for the population, that he decided to surrender. That was not because the town was not so well defended. It's really the strategy of the Crusaders was to use a lack of water to try to take the town more quickly. And unfortunately, it worked here, very much here during the Crusade.
The most famous legend of Carcassonne tells of Dame Carcass, who outwitted Charlemagne during a 5-year siege. With supplies gone, she fed the last pig wheat and threw it over the wall. Believing the city still had plenty, the army retreated.
And this lady rings the bells to celebrate a victory. So the Charlemagne soldiers, hearing the sound of the bells, shouted Carcassonne, which means Carcass is ringing. Of course, it was to celebrate a victory. It's of course a legend. Charlemagne has never been here. A 5-year siege, that would be too long. And above all, this lady never existed.
Speaking of legends, the Visigoths are said to have hidden treasure here in the 5th century, looted from Rome, and many believe it's in this well. Patrick Robard is one of just under 30 people living in the fortified town. He's seen the well being drained. Treasures of a different kind were found.
Une touriste espagnole avait perdu une grosse croix d'or qui était tombée au fond du puits. Elle a payé le curage du puits, de vider l'eau pour chercher. Qu'est-ce qu'on a trouvé? Des vélos volés, des caddies de supermarché, des choses comme ça.
And luckily they found the Golden Cross too. Carcassonne has also been the setting for films and continues to attract celebrities. Many check into the historic Hôtel de la Cité, a 5-star hotel within the city walls.
Since 1909, we've had many celebrities that came to the Hôtel de la Cité. And the reason for this is that the hotel is located in an ideal situation between the French Riviera and the Basque country, Biarritz. For instance, we had Walt Disney in 1958 with Grace Kelly.
Hotel manager Xavier Lablaud has displayed memories of famous guests and the original guest books in the lobby. Walt Disney is said to have found inspiration here for his movies Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, perhaps on the hotel terrace with its view of the fairy tale towers. Carcassonne is full of stories that often have more to do with our perception of history than with reality. Which fact surprised you the most?